It's the Lombardi AM Scramble. We got some good content for you on the 49ers waves right now. The workouts for the 49ers, and those involve some Pilates for Fred Warner and Javon Kinlaw. Warner, obviously one of the 49ers stars, but I think Javon Kinlaw is more frequently talked about these days, especially since the 49ers picked up Javon Hargrave, not to be mispronounced, Javon. It's Javon Kinlaw and Javon Hargrave, but Javon Kinlaw still a part of the football team. And there's some information that I can pass along regarding Javon Kinlaw just through some conversations at the owners' meetings. But we will have a look at the Pilates that was posted on social media. This is from an Instagram story at the Pilates studio. We could take a look at Kinlaw and his all-pro teammate Fred Warner working. Now, that's a big man doing some balancing work right there. Javon Kinlaw, I mean, you've got 330 plus pounds, maybe in the 320s, but boy, when I walk next to him, those calves, I mean, he's a pillar of granite. He really is large. So flexibility work, I think, important for that kind of frame. Kinlaw, some of the narrative has shifted. He didn't have a good first half against Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game. And then he played a lot better in the second half, but nobody really cares because by that point, the game was already over. The 49ers were out of quarterbacks. But I think it's probably smart to look at Kinlaw in the larger picture. And by that, I mean the 49ers have to pay him regardless this year, unless they find a trade partner. But based on the talks that I had with people, I don't think the 49ers are even really interested in that. Maybe because other teams wouldn't be interested. They haven't seen enough of Kinlaw healthy yet to want to pick up some of that $4.9 million guaranteed salary for this season. So it's a sunk cost for the 49ers. You might as well try to work with it because you're not getting that money back. And in the case of Kinlaw, I think that there is some excitement, there is some optimism about two things. One, this is the first offseason that he's entered fully healthy, right? He was managing the knee. He was doing all that last year. He finally had a chance to take a break after the NFC Championship game and enter this offseason fully healthy. Two, it's been a load management issue with the knee throughout essentially his entire NFL career, but especially after the ACL injury against Dallas in 2020 and then returning from that, finally having that properly diagnosed in 2021, ACL reconstruction surgery in 2021, and then the return last season, the knee swelling because there was so much fluid buildup, the IR stint, and then the return where I thought the 49ers might have brought him back a little too early. You could tell that he was starting to leak oil there by the end of the season. Anyway, when you look at the story of Javon Kinlaw and the fact that it's been injury management, the fact that the 49ers picked up Javon Hargrave means that Kinlaw doesn't have the burden of being a starting player for the 49ers anymore. He can play on a rotational basis now. He can be depth. Hargrave takes a lot of pressure off of him, and perhaps that's the best thing possible for Javon Kinlaw's knee and his, just squeezing whatever production you can out of him. Because, I mean, let's go back to it. I mean, this is a huge, huge body. And that is something that's going to be promising in the 49ers system, regardless of prior history. If you look at the size that Javon Kinlaw can bring the interior in a wide nine scheme where there are wide open gaps because those edge rushers are so far out wide, those tackles have to command the space in the middle of the field. That's Fred Warner, by the way, who can clean up the mess behind those defensive tackles in the wide nine scheme. That's important as well. But when you look at Kinlaw, who right here is on the ground doing some Pilates work, that's something that, if he's healthy, the 49ers can certainly work with. And they've already paid the cost. The cap cost, that's fixed, 4.9 million, 4.89 or whatever it is this year. So it's good to see him for the 49ers working with Fred Warner. It's good to see him healthy. You're not going to be doing this kind of balance stuff on that big of a frame on a bad knee. And I think that Javon Kinlaw definitely has turned a corner as far as his health. So that's what the 49ers are excited about. And there's also not as much pressure since he's going to be a rotational player for the football team this year. Now, let's have a look at another fun video. This is Christian McCaffrey getting after it. This is my favorite time of the year because, I mean, I don't like all the incessant draft speculation and talk, but I love covering the preparation of these guys because, I mean, for world-class athletes, it is exciting to watch. It is special to watch. And McCaffrey, I mean, the quick feet. Look at the strides here. Look at the explosion coming up off the ground. Here's a full sprint. And here you have the squats. He's just got such a strong base. And that explosion on the hops over the hurdles is definitely evident. Deadlifts for Christian McCaffrey. And he's an athlete, that's for sure. Quick twitch movement. I'm going to do that at the gym. I'm going to go right now. So that's Christian McCaffrey getting after it. A lot of 49ers players getting after it. Warner, Kinlaw on the Pilates mats and on the Pilates, what do you call it? Pilates gym, Pilates course. And Christian McCaffrey doing some more standard workouts. But everybody's getting after it here in March of 2023. OTAs, they're going to be out at the 49ers facility here in about a month. A little bit more than a month is when the draft ends. You got the rookie minicamp, and then OTAs start after that, so a month and a half. We talk about expectations for Javon Kinlaw. Well, I think that you're not going to be asking for more than 20 to 25 snaps a game from him, maybe even less than that. But if he could do some of the run stuffing that he's been able to do when that knee has been generally healthy, he got worse over the course of his second stint last year because I think that fluid buildup was bigger. If he could stay fresh, which with Javon Hargrave now on the team, that should be much easier to do. If he can stay fresh, Javon Kinlaw is going to be a load to deal with. I mean, massive, massive player. 49ers have already paid the contract. It's guaranteed anyway. No reason to be fretting about cost. Now it's just about salvaging as much production as you can out of Javon Kinlaw. All right, this has been the 49ers AM Scramble, or the Lombardi AM Scramble. You know it. Every single day in the morning, we've got some content. Some days I brand it as a scramble. Some days I don't. When I was at the owners meeting, didn't have time to do that. But now back in the studio, have the scramble for you. Be sure to go up to The Athletic. Check everything out. $1 a month is the deal right now. And it's definitely one that you want to take advantage of. In fact, if you want to see it, I will link it right now. Here we go. David Lombardi's page on The Athletic. Present, share screen, Windows open. There you go. This is what it all looks like. So you could subscribe through any of these articles for $1 a month. I guarantee you that it will be very, very, very worth it because it's only $1. That's not a lot for 12 months. That's really good. So I'm going to create a banner right here. Boom. Go and check it out. Theathletic.com, author David Lombardi. It's all up there for you. All right, everybody take care. This has been another Lombardi AM Scramble. Have a great Thursday. We'll talk to you very soon. If there's any 49ers news, I'll be on the channel with it right away. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, set that notification button. This will be the first place to let you know of any 49er stuff on, not on the internet. My Twitter will be the first place, but on YouTube. All right, everybody take care. Have a great Thursday.